What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Yesterday was not a good day. Had the over in the Valkyries and Fever game, and it did not get there. So, um, got to do better. Got to do a little bit better. Lately, kind of falling off, but overall, still, doing great. Vino, it's great to be back with you. How's everything on your end?
We're good, Skee. I had that Golden State, Indiana over as well, over 166. We got to 163 with plenty of opportunity late. Just couldn't climb that mountain. However, stuff that's keeping me afloat. 2-0 summer league again last night. 70% winners in the summer league so far. And we did leave. We like to open up our apps on this show when we see something. And yesterday at halftime, Sparks, Minnesota over. Left that here as best bet. Second half over 91.5. Got there rather easily as those two teams actually cleared the full game hurdle with a huge second half. So that wouldn't work. So pretty good day overall, but would have loved to have that WNBA game cash for a perfect 4-0.
Yeah, I don't love what we have to deal with today. We have one game left after the other one was postponed. The one that was postponed was the better game. We still have Fire and Mystics opened up minus 5.5. I see 6.5. Total open 163.5. I kind of see it all over the place. We'll call it 163 right now. As far as injuries are concerned, I'm sorry, let me get back there. So for Washington, I don't see anybody on the injury report. Gustafson is out for this one. Um, this is that rematch from that, what was it, 4 overtime game, right? 124, 123, if I'm not mistaken, was the final score. Portland lost in that one. Now, chance to get a little bit of revenge, but I mean, this point spread is 6.5. I don't know. Uh, the Mystics, they're not a team that I view as one expect to win by multiple possessions. They have not covered one time this season as a home favorite. Why would I want to lay with them in this situation? That's just kind of how I feel. If the Fire will land, I will look at the Mystics, but the Mystics are laying, so I have to look at the Fire. That's kind of how I feel about it. Any thoughts from you on this game?
Yeah, it's tough, Ski. I mean, with Megan Gustafson out, first of all, like you just said, we always talk about this is not the preferred role of the Mystics, home favorite. You don't want to lay with them, especially in this price range. However, when you start going through how this game matches up, you really don't want the Fire either. They've been on the road forever. Seventh road game out of their last eight. They had one crazy home game mixed in against the Aces amongst this whole patch, but this is their third in 5 days. Without Gustafson at center, they become even worse on the interior as far as presence, rebounding, etc. It's the worst defensive rebounding percentage team in the W. And we know Washington's strength is right in there with Shakira, with Kiki. I mean, they went crazy the first time. Portland's going to have to make a lot of threes in this game. I remember this game pretty well, Ski, because I had Washington team total over 86.5 in that 4 overtime game, and they just made it. It was 87-87 at the end of regulation before they went 4 OTs. Here they're asked to get to 84.5. It kind of seems like they can. Portland gives up points in bushels. They have no resistance at the rim. You just don't trust it enough as far as laying points. But I can see a lot of negatives on the Portland side here. Like I said, the travel schedule's been brutal. The interior is going to be a mess. They're really resorted down to just making threes. And remember, it's one of the worst turnover teams in the W as well. And so a lot of matchup stuff working against Portland here. They really didn't show first half against Connecticut the other day, but had a big second half. And I will say this, Connecticut also does bring, they've been going to that Twin Tower starting lineup with Nelson Adota and Griner. And Portland survived that, lost only by 2 points and covered. But I do believe that Megan Gustafson played in that game. She's out for this one, I think. So I just don't know how they're going to match up inside here. If I had to do it, Ski, I would probably play some form of Washington. Probably somewhere in that team total over 84.5. But again, it's a tough play. It's one where you have to cross your fingers and play that.
Yeah, this is one where I can find some better things to do today, I think. So we'll wrap that up. Go ahead and toss some of the usual promos that we do up here on the screen. The 2-for-1. You can get both Rob Veno and myself 3-day all access for just $69. If you say, I don't know about that Skee right now, Skee fell off. Maybe you just want Veno. You get buy 3 and get 3 free. Comes out to 6 days for just $69. And other than that, maybe you are a believer. Maybe you're like, it's just a hiccup. He's good in basketball. He'll get back on track. This could be some way you want to go. Maybe you won with me in the NBA season, and you believe that I'll replicate for the rest of the WNBA. Get the NBA season early. You get the rest of the WNBA for free. So, a lot of different ways to get involved here. Is there anything else you would like to promote? And I probably can assume you don't have a best bet today, but if there's something you want to share, feel free.
Yeah, no, there's really no best bet here. If I was going to Ski, for those who play player props, I'd probably look in there at some form of Shakira Austin or Kiki on their game props, because they should have an advantage in there. But no best bet for today. I will say very quickly, if you're on the 6-day, buy 3, get 6, get the other 3 free, which involves all sports. Tonight I will have plays available. We have a CFL play, and we also have a summer league play, so you can get involved there tonight. But there won't be any play in the W because, like Steve said, the interest was in the other game, New York at Dallas. It's not really in this Portland, Washington game.
Yeah, so we're on the same page with that. Tomorrow, 4 games, I believe, and a lot more to like on tomorrow's slate. So, I figured out they kind of do that first injury report for the next day around 2 p.m. So, check around maybe 3, 4, something like that. I might have my decision made once I see, some injury updates. Like, I don't want to keep jumping ahead and then, magically somebody pops up questionable. So I'm going to wait today and then we'll see about tomorrow. But tomorrow's slate looks great. All right, Vino, appreciate you taking the time to cap the games with me. Chat, we appreciate you all as well. Best of luck, everybody, on all your action, and we'll catch you again tomorrow.